Yo, yo, yo! So, my gingers, here we go. So, the most hated man in London, which is in the city of London. Okay. So, I think we're still in a coach. It's 800 meters away, so. It's a little bit too far. It's a little parkway. Oh. Tokyo Drift. Except it's London. So we can just coach here. Let's get up. Cheers.
Think of that. Crushed by a crate. The most hated man in London.
Can you imagine achieving such a title? One day my brilliance will bring me similar recognition.
Mr. Raymond, what are you talking about?
It's of no consequence. What's important is that this man was hated by many. But who delivered the fatal blow?
Oh my goodness. The body's been crushed by the crate. The blood inspection reveals other anomalies. Puncture wound, guts, a bullet wound in the back, and the victim's skin has an off green color, along with yellowing around the eyes. Inspection of the bullet wound indicates that such a wound would cause death in 12 minutes. How'd you know that? Good anyway. 3. Ashton's agenda. This is delicate pharmacy, pub, apple, house, activity. So that's too soon. Broken pocket watch described John Ashton's doctor once. What's John Ashton took before he died? Right. What is that? Is it only by taking out of it? The inside of the apple is orange and pink. Okay. Listening Bob Sebastian's prescription with a few remaining blue pills was dropped in London. Oh, it's just Viagra. So it's fine. So he leaves the pharmacy.
Mary is a trusted assistant. As far as I know, she's completely above board. Today, she swept the shop and prepared some medications. She also fetched herself an apple from the apple stand. He's been coming to me for years. He arrives precisely at 1 o'clock and leaves 2 minutes later. He takes a bluish medication every day and prefers that I administer it.
I see him here every day. He can be unpleasant, but I don't really know him.
Contains chemicals labeled "Warning, not to be ingested." Chemical 1 is bluish in color and is listed as causing erratic movement after 10 minutes and death after an additional 16 minutes. So, if he leaves at say 2 past 10, then he would die around 18. Actually, it was past 1, so this makes sense. Of course, he's drawn this about the eyes, which is a yellowish thing, and has an extreme anesthetic effect. Chemical 2 is pinkish, like the one in the apple, in color, and is listed as causing erratic movement after 2 minutes and death after an additional 9 minutes. Yields a green tint to skin. Very interesting. Oh, look at you. Addressed to Thomas Rees, pharmacist. Tom, my dear brother, I've recently made a most upsetting discovery. The man who forced the foreclosure of the family farm was none other than John Ashton, your very client. His behavior in this affair is beyond indecent. Both father and mother are reduced to penury. You and I both must contribute all we can, although we each have obligations of our own. At the very least, you must cease to do business with this dreadful man.
I wonder if someone could tell me more about this.
Yes.
This really is none of your business. He came to me for his blue medication. I gave him blue medication.
That's enough of a motive to do so. Tom includes an interesting article, Hendrix refinery brought to a halt. The current sabotages destroy machinery at Lawrence Hendrix foundry. Rumours circulating imply that industrialist John Ashton is behind the sabotage of his competitor.
Ugh, the bloody oaf.
Can't revolve. A worldly box, a revolver, one chamber is empty.
Well, now, I didn't ask about this.
man stops in front of this pub every afternoon to check on business rules. Something of a bastard, Ashton. Told me he had a bit of jam on the side, if you know what I mean. Wife didn't know about it. Well, a bit of jam was out, but he won't let her. That's the sort of fellow we're speaking of. As a matter of fact, I do carry a revolver at all times. It can be a dangerous neighbourhood for a wealthy fella such as myself. This proves nothing. That was Ashton's doing. The man had it in for me. He paid workers to wreck my machines. Cost me a fortune. As long as he was around, I'd never prosper.
So we have 2 suspects.
Mr. Ashton did look strange like. Eyes all yellowish. And then he turned pale after he bit into the apple. Almost green, really. He stopped by here every day at the exact same time. He'd buy an apple and try to cheat me out of tuppence. But then most folks do that. Girl who works at the pharmacy? Yeah, she slipped me an extra tuppence. She had a special app just for Mr. Ashton. I gave him that one when he come by.
Oh. This complicates things further.
He's my husband. Each day I bring him the household expenses just after he eats his apple. I also brought him his invitation to the knighthood ceremony, the one with the special scepter. Of course, he wasn't going to take me. I often tie up my hair around the knitting needle. What business is it of yours?
Do with me.
I know the man. Hated by everyone.
Surprisingly, it's not clear. I find multiple wounds. No need to send many people to jail for killing such a terrible man. What say you only arrest the single person who actually caused his death? He appears to have been stabbed with a perforating weapon, perhaps a spike of some kind. There would be bleeding and it would affect motor control right away, but death wouldn't come for another 6 minutes. I suspect that there is at least one deadly toxin in the system.
Not much else to see here.
Quite right. right. I asked the apple seller to give him a special apple. Is that a crime? He was a horrid man. That's all I have to say.
Hmm.
Very well. I found out about his dalliance with that girl from the pharmacy. It's not the first. Divorce is all but impossible given his influence with the clergy.
Hmm. So maybe it was you. You swapped the apple. But there's another clue I'm missing. Oh, good lord.
Very well.
Well, the crime could happen while the toxin is in action, is in effect, I would say. So, the thing is that guy wants the fatal blow. So, if he was struck simultaneously by different things, I mean, they're all guilty at some point, but only the last one will be punished for this game logic. So. Oh, so that's why you need to investigate prey on both sides. Right, makes sense. Huge cold-powered brain. Driving mechanism is complex and requires an expert operator. Oh.
Now that I've seen this, I should ask more questions.
Were you ninjas right?
He owned this site and paid us. We all hated him because he looked for any excuse to cheat us out of our wages. I didn't hate him any more or less than my mates. That's around the time I'm given a few minutes to eat something. About then I would have been buying myself an apple at the stand down the street. It's difficult to work properly. You'd have to know what you're doing to drop it at just the right moment.
That's true.
The man's a right bastard. I hope he's smouldering in hell. I'm not a crane operator. I wouldn't know how to work there.
Or he could be in an episode of Beginner's Left. Well, those things.
I know the man. He's hated by everyone. Surprisingly, it's not clear what killed him. I find multiple wounds. No need to send many people to jail for killing such a terrible man. What say you only arrest the single person who actually caused his death?
I suspect that there is at least one deadly toxin in his system.
He appears to have been stabbed with a perforating weapon, perhaps a spike of some kind. There would be bleeding and it would affect motor control right away, but death wouldn't come for another 6 minutes.
Right. Since I already know it all, I can just like skip it all and accuse her.
I'll be the toast of the town.
Yes, it was
Very
her.
unpleasant fellow.
Was her. It was
What was that
obvious.
business about a knighthood ceremony?
But
In any
but
case,
the
Mr.
timing
Rowland will have a
was
story
definitely
for
off.
Burlock Publishing.
The best men in London for more than one way to skin a cat. Once business owner John Ashton was murdered, not once but 5 times. So Haley was he. His business rival, his employee, his wife, his mistress, and his pharmacist all made attempts on his life. Poisoned, shot, stabbed, and finally crushed. Ashton came to a very gruesome end indeed.